Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is the Bodega Cat Book Club Spiritual Edition, and today we're continuing our reading of the Kybalion Hermetic Philosophy by the Three Initiates. So this book was inspired by a video I saw um, by Dr. Bruce Lipton, and I will leave a link in the description box below of that video, as well as a decode that a podcaster did. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Dr. Bruce Lipton is a very well-known, uh, I think scientist. I don't remember what kind of scientist he was. Probably biology or something. Anyways, don't quote me. You can Google him on YouTube and find out he's got lots of videos out there giving lectures and stuff. And he wrote a lot of books. So check him out if you are interested. He does a lot of research on consciousness and spirituality and things like that. Excuse me. So, anyways, this book was inspired uh, by him because he was talking about it. Very interesting. Okay, so before we begin, just a quick plug, if you will. If you like our format, if you like our book clubs, consider checking out our other book clubs. On Wednesdays, we have our health book clubs where we read books about health. And then Thursdays, we have our financial book clubs where we read about finances. Very interesting indeed. And check out our website. We have a monthly newsletter that we put out for free. So please subscribe to that and follow us whenever you can and see what we're doing at any given point in time. We put all our book clubs that we've read in the past as well as the current ones on YouTube. So please check out our YouTube channel, subscribe and share and all that, and like and comment and all that good stuff. And if you have any, on YouTube as well, we have our podcasts. So we interview people once in a while, and we put those up there. I think I interview interesting people, but you know, you can be the judge of that. But anyways, we try to put it out pretty regularly, but I usually, interview whoever the universe wants me to interview. So, anyways, if you have any books that you want us to recommend to read, I'll leave a link in the description box below as well. And it could be for spiritual books, health books, financial books, any books that you think, the book club might be great for the book club to read. We would love to consider it. Um, let's see what else. Oh, if you find what we do valuable and you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us in whatever way you can. You can buy me a coffee, you can leave a donation, check out our merch. We have cute designs that we come out. Funny. I try to be funny. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, designs that we put out once, at least once a month or once a month. And especially with the holidays, we have holiday themed designs coming out. Uh, so go to our website often and check out our merch section because we're going to have new stuff all the time. And, we also upgrade old stuff, make it better. So, anyways, check us all out. Check us out there. And then finally, if you are in the Los Angeles area or traveling to the LA area, consider coming to meet us in person. And we have a healing center. We use technologies based on Nikola Tesla's scalar wave research for holistic healing for both animals, cats and dogs, as well as humans. And we have all that information as well as our other services on our website. So please check us out there as well and learn more about what we do. And I think that's about it. So, yeah, welcome to the community. Welcome to this video. And I hope you enjoy, the books that we read or are reading. And I hope you enjoy what we're doing. So let's get moving. Okay, so this is the Kybalion Hermetic Philosophy by the Three Initiates. And actually, this is the centenary edition. So if you have a book, if you have the book, if you can follow with us there. For those of you who are visual people like me, if you don't, that's okay too. You can follow with us here on the screen. So I'm just going to move the camera in a little bit so you guys can see better. And this episode will be chapter 3. All right. Okay. All right. And just for reference, any kind of quotes from the Kybalion, I will read 3 times for maximum effect, just so you know. And okay, let's do it. Here we go. Chapter 3, Mental Transmutation. Mind, as well as metals and elements, may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is a mental art, the Kybalion. Okay, again, mind as well as metals and elements may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is a mental art, the Kybalion. One last time. Mind as well as metals and elements may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is a mental art, the Kybalion. As we have stated, the Hermetists were the original alchemists, astrologers, and psychologists, Hermes having been the founder of these schools of thought. From astrology has grown modern astronomy. From alchemy has grown modern chemistry. From the mystic psychology has grown the modern psychology of the schools. But it must not be supposed that the ancients were ignorant of that which the modern schools suppose to be their exclusive and special property. The records engraved on the stones of ancient Egypt show exclusively that the ancients had a full comprehensive knowledge of astronomy. The very building of the pyramids showing the connection between their design and the study of astronomical science. Nor were they ignorant of chemistry, for the fragments of the ancient writings show that they were acquainted with the chemical properties of things. In fact, the ancient theories regarding physics are being slowly verified by the latest discoveries of modern science, notably those relating to the constitution of matter. Nor must it be supposed that they were ignorant of the so-called modern discoveries in psychology. On the contrary, the Egyptians were especially skilled in the science of psychology, particularly in the branches that the modern schools ignore, but which nevertheless are being uncovered under the name of, quote, psychic science, which is perplexing the psychologists of today and making them reluctantly admit that, quote, there may be something in it after all. The truth is that beneath the material chemistry, astronomy and psychology, that is, the psychology in its phase of brain action, the ancients possessed a knowledge of transcendental astronomy called astrology, of transcendental chemistry called alchemy, of transcendental psychology called mystic psychology. They possess the inner knowledge as well as the outer knowledge, the latter alone being possessed by modern scientists. Among the many secret branches of knowledge possessed by the Hermetists was that known as mental transmutation, which forms the subject matter of this lesson. Transmutation is a term usually employed to designate the ancient art of the transmutation of metals, particularly of the base metals, into gold. The word transmute means to change from one nature, form, or substance into another, to transform, Webster, and accordingly, mental transmutation means the art of changing and transforming mental states, forms, and conditions into others. So you may see that mental transmutation is the art of mental chemistry. If you like the term, a form of practical mystic psychology. And just a side note, in the energy world, gold is a conductor of divine energy. So the more golden energy, golden color you have in your aura, in your energy, the more conductive you are to divine energy. You're allowing the divine energy to come in into your body much more easily. Which is why if you see a lot of the old religious pictures, you see a lot of gold, like gold halo, gold aura around the high spiritual beings, like Jesus or Yeshua, or Mary or any of the saints. You see a lot of gold in them. So alchemy, you can look at it as the physical change from base metals to gold, or a metaphysical aspect to it as well. So it could be physical because, if you have a lot of, like I said, if you have a lot of gold in your physical body, you're more conductive to divine energy. So anyways, just a little side note there. Okay, continue. But this means far more than appears on the surface. Transmutation, alchemy, or chemistry on the mental plane is important enough in its effects, to be sure. And if the art stopped there, it would still be one of the most important branches of study known to man. But this is only the beginning. Let us see why. The first of the 7 Hermetic principles is the principle of mentalism, the axiom which is the all is mind. The universe is mental. So since it's an axiom, I'll read it 2 more times. The all is mind. The universe is mental. The all is mind. The all is God. The all is mind. The universe is mental, which means that the underlying reality of the universe is mind, and the universe itself is mental, that is, existing in the mind of the all. We shall consider this principle in succeeding lessons, but let us see the effect of the principle if it be assumed to be true. If the universal is mental in its nature, then mental transmutation must be the art of changing the conditions of the universe along the lines of matter, force, and mind. So you see, therefore, that mental transmutation is really the magic of which the ancient writers had so much to say in their mystical works, and about which they gave so few practical instructions. If all be mental, then the art which enables one to transmute mental conditions must render the master the controller of material conditions, as well as those ordinarily called mental. As a matter of fact, none but advanced mental alchemists have been able to attain the degree of power necessary to control the grosser physical conditions, such as the control of the elements of nature, the production or cessation of tempests. Interesting word, tempests. William Shakespeare comes to mind. The production and cessation of earthquakes and other great physical phenomena. But that such men have existed and do exist today is a matter of earnest belief to all advanced occultists of all schools. That the masters exist and have these powers, the best teachers assure their students, having had experiences which justify them in such belief and statements. These masters do not make public exhibitions of their powers, but seek exclusion from the crowds of men in order to better work their way along the path of attainment. We mention their existence at this point merely to call your attention to the fact that their power is entirely mental, and operates along the lines of the higher mental transmutation. Under the Hermetic principle of mentalism, the universe is mental, the Kybalion. But students and Hermetists of lesser degree than masters, the initiates and teachers, are able to freely work along the mental plane in mental transmutation. In fact, all that we call psychic phenomena, mental influence, mental science, new thought phenomena, etc., operates along the same general lines, but there is but one principle involved, no matter what name, no matter what no matter by what name the phenomena is called. The student and practitioner of mental transmutation works along the mental plane, transmuting mental conditions, states, etc., into others according to various formulas, more or less efficacious. The various treatments, affirmations, denials, etc., of the schools of mental science are but formulas, often quite imperfect and unscientific, of the Hermetic art. The majority of modern practitioners are quite important compared to the ancient masters. Oh, sorry. Boy, my brain is playing tricks on me. Uh, Let me read that sentence again. The majority of modern practitioners are quite ignorant. Ignorant. They're not that important, but they're ignorant compared to the ancient masters, for they lack the fundamental knowledge upon which the work is based. Not only may the mental states, etc., of one's self be changed or transmuted by Hermetic methods, but also the states of others may be and are constantly transmuted in the same way, usually unconsciously, but often consciously by some understanding the laws and principles in cases where the people affected are not informed of the principles of self-protection. And more than this, as many students and practitioners of modern mental science know, every material condition of depending every material condition depending upon the minds of other people may be changed or transmuted in accordance with the earnest desire, will, and treatments of persons desiring changed conditions of life. The public are so generally informed regarding these things at present that we do not deem it necessary to mention the same at length. Our purpose at this point being merely to show the Hermetic principle and art underlying all of these various forms of practice, good and evil, for the force can be used in opposite directions according to the Hermetic principles of polarity. In this little book, we shall state the basic principles of mental transmutation, that all who read may grasp the underlying principles and thus possess the master key that will unlock the many doors of the principle of polarity. We shall now proceed to a consideration of the first of the seven. Oh, okay, let me try that again. We shall now proceed to a consideration of the first of the Hermetic seven principles, the principle of mentalism, in which is explained the truth that the all is mind, the universe is mental, in the words of the Kybalion. Okay, that's an axiom, so I'm going to read it two more times. The all is mind, the universe is mental. The all is mind, the universe is mental. We ask the close attention and careful study of this great principle on the part of our students, for it is really the basic principle of the whole Hermetic philosophy and of the Hermetic art of mental transmutation. End of chapter 3. Wow, this is very deep. We can take one axiom and study it the whole month or the whole year or the whole lifetime. But anyways, all right. I hope you enjoyed that. And please check us out in our YouTube channel and our website. And we will see you next time. I hope you guys all have a great day, evening, afternoon, week, wherever you are. Okay, bye-bye now.